All right, boys, the time has finally come. All the Infinity Stones have been collected. With the release of Witch Queen, we saw the resurgence of Recluse in the form of FUNNELWEB. Then the following season, we got a solar version via a little weapon known as Ikelos Mini Tool, which, in my opinion, with Incandescent was better than FUNNELWEB. Then finally, this season, after getting skimped last season, we have been blessed with an ARC SMG that I truly believe deserves the title of the ARC FUNNELWEB. And it doesn't end there, because if you can get your hands on this weapon's God roll, it might just be the best primary weapon in the entire game, even if you're on a controller. Now, you all know the drill. If you're new and only if you enjoy my content, then feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. But first, I would like to thank NordVPN for sponsoring this video. You know, something I've never really understood is how people handle their security. You put locks on your home, your car, your phone, but for some reason, people just don't care if it's online. Stop. All right, you need cybersecurity, and with NordVPN, you get just that. AES 256 encryption, recommended by the NSA, automatic kill switch, double VPN, next-gen tunneling, the list just goes on and on. NordVPN is so confident that you'll love what they have to offer that they have a 30-day full money back guarantee. No questions asked, 30 days you can get your money back. Now, just in time for the holidays, NordVPN has given me an exclusive offer to give to you all. Head on over to nordvpn.com/myfi where you can get 4 months free with a 2-year plan. Most other offers are 3 months free, which is nice, but with my link, you get 4. That comes out to $2.88 per month for all the cybersecurity, DDoS protection, and more that you'll ever need. Once again, nordvpn.com/myfi. Now, the weapon in question is none other than the Ikelos SMG. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, brother, not this thing again. And my response to you is, this is Destiny. They haven't released new and original content in years. What were you expecting? Now, before we get to the weapon and its pretty insane perks, let's talk about how you can farm this bad boy. And I am happy to report that it is craftable, though, as with all the craftable weapons in Witch Queen, you might just get the God roll before you're able to craft it. The first way to go about getting the Ikelos SMG is via opening the Warmind nodes on Europa, the Moon, and in the Operation Seraph Shield mission. Now, these can only be opened once, so I recommend doing this first if you haven't already. The second way is via rolling the random Ikelos weapon engrams at the exo frame in the helm, which costs 1 Umbral engram, 25 legendary shards, and 4 resonant stems. This doesn't require any specific upgrades, and you have a small chance for it to be a red border. And then the third and final way is via the guaranteed Ikelos SMG frame in the helm once you have unlocked it from the reward track for 1 Umbral engram, 50 legendary shards, 30 Seraphic, something like that, Umbral energy, and 4 resonant stems. Now, you do need to have 2 upgrades unlocked, which are on screen now, to be able to directly focus the SMG, plus have had acquired the SMG previously from another source. These can also randomly drop as a red border. Also want to quickly mention that there is another upgrade that guarantees the first weapon you focus each week will be a red border, so you should pick that up too. But once you have acquired 5 red borders, congrats, you can now craft it. Also, don't forget that you can dismantle the red border and you'll get progress toward its frame. No need to mindlessly go out and complete your red borders. If it's a bad roll, just dismantle it and you'll get progress toward your pattern. So for the weapon, this thing is like 4 years old, so stats on screen now. I'm not gonna talk about its stats. I mean, it's a 750, so it's great for controller and M&K. It hits harder than a 900, and also it's ARC. Now, because this has been reprised here in Witch Queen, that means it now has an origin perk, and that origin perk is pretty top tier. Rasputin's Arsenal, which will partially reload the magazine after breaking a target shield. Like I said, pretty top tier. It's up there with Vice Stinger. Okay, now getting into the perks. Column 1, you're going to find 9 standard barrel options. Not going to bore you by reading all of them off, but they will be on screen. For my controller players out there, you want stability, so arrowhead break for a +10 to recoil, as well as a +10 to handling. You could also go with polygonal for just a straight +10 to stability. For M&K, you want range, so either hammer forge for a straight +10 to range, or if you're clinically insane like me, full bore for a +15 to range with some penalties in handling and stability. Now for column 2, where you got 8 pretty standard mag options. You'll see them on screen now. For this column, you really only have 3 options. Seraph rounds if you want range and stability, +3 and +7 respectively. Accurized for a straight +10 to range, or flared magwell for a +15 to reload and +5 to stability. Like I said, for the last column, range for M&K, stability for controller. Okay, now on to the interesting columns. In column 3, you have 7 options to choose from: shot swap, feeding frenzy, shoot to loot, perpetual motion, dynamic sway reduction, threat detector, and killing wind. This column is super simple: either threat or feeding frenzy. Both are reload perks, and both are a great pair with our column 4 recommendations. Now, while feeding frenzy is just a straight reload increase, threat does provide some additional benefits in stability and handling benefits. Go with whatever you like the most. And finally, we have column 4, where just like column 3, you'll find 7 perks: frenzy, tap the trigger, gut shot straight, pugilist surrounded, volt shot, and rangefinder. Now, while there are quite a few good perks in this column, I can only recommend 2. First is frenzy for a 15% damage increase and a plus 50 to reload and handling after being in combat for 5 seconds. Really good perk for in-game content, can be activated without really doing anything, and the weapon can even be stowed. And then you pull it out once you've been in combat, and then this perk will automatically be active. Really good perk, but it's not the perk that makes this weapon insane. That perk is Volt Shot. We saw the introduction of this perk last season with Arc 3.0, but it wasn't really on any good weapons until now. Reloading after a kill overcharges the weapon and makes it jolt on its next hit within 7 seconds. AKA, you get this perk active, shoot an enemy, and then everything just gets fried around it. It's essentially Trinity Ghoul, but in the form of a perk. This perk is amazing, up there with Incandescent, maybe even a little better in lower tier content if you spec your build into it. Literally an ad clear machine. But that is the Ikelos SMG and its God Roll. Like I said, probably the best primary weapon in the game right now for lower tier content. Let me know your thoughts on this weapon, and if you've managed to get the God Roll, or maybe you're Chad and already have it crafted, let me know down below. The rest of the video is just going to be some gameplay with this weapon so you can see it in action. With all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to drop a like, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.